I've said it before and I'll say it again. One of the biggest things that helped me stop feeling overwhelmed by marketing as a fiction author was to recognize that I don't need dozens of marketing strategies. Fiction authors like myself really only just need a few really good repeatable systems that we can use over and over again for every book, every launch, every year of our author career. So in this video, I want to talk about what the 5 simple systems are that I use to run a profitable author business. If you think about it, most businesses run on systems. They have systems for marketing, systems for sales, systems for customer communication, and of course, systems for product launches, and so on and so on. Most authors are trying to run their business without systems. So we just try to remember what to do, or we try random marketing ideas like the latest thing we read in an email or something, or we start over every single time that we have a new book. And that's why everything feels so chaotic and crazy. So instead of thinking about marketing tactics, I think authors should be thinking about what systems they can put into place to run their author business. And I think that you'll find that that is the quickest way to profit. The first system that every fiction author needs is a reader growth system. Because without readers, we can't sell any books, right? So a reader growth system is basically how new readers find you. And it may not be just one way. It could be several different ways. It might be through reader magnets, which is like a link in the back of the book to learn more about you or to get a free related product. And then you have them on your email list, and newsletters, of course, is a big part of nurturing that list. Sharing newsletters with other authors, so like shared promotions with other authors is another way. There's also social media, of course, and there's Amazon ads if you're on Amazon. There are, of course, Facebook ads. So there's all kinds of other platforms as well. But the important thing is not that you have all of that in place, but that you have a system for how new readers enter your world and really can tell like what's working so that you can build upon that, right? So without a reader growth system, it's very hard to grow over time because you're always relying on random discovery instead of something repeatable. The second system is a newsletter system. I know we talked about newsletters just briefly a second ago, but once readers find you, you definitely need a way to stay in touch with them. Your newsletter is really your direct connection to your readers. It's how you tell them about new books, launches, sales, like things going on in your life. I'll tell you, readers, they love getting emails from authors that they've enjoyed their books. And so they sign up for the newsletters. And if you don't send them an email, they're very disappointed. Instead of randomly sending emails, though, it's really best to have a system for what you send, when you send it, and how you welcome your new readers. In addition to that, with systems like that in place, you'll be able to see very quickly what emails are most popular, what emails your readers are loving the most, so you can send more like that. And the opposite, if you send out an email and you don't get much of a response from it, maybe the subject line wasn't something that was intriguing enough, or there's maybe another reason behind it. But systems in place are what helps us narrow that down, monitor it, and make big decisions on how to keep our readers fully engaged. So we can probably all relate to system number 3, and that is that we need a book launch system. And let me tell you, writing the book is only the first part of the process. After you write the book, you got to figure out then, how do I launch this to the world? How do I share it with the world? And the first time you do that, it is so crazy overwhelming. There's so many things to do, and you will pick and choose, and you'll be like, oh, maybe I'll try that next time, but right now I'm just going to do this thing. And so you find yourself like, by the time you publish your 3rd book, let's say, you find yourself thinking, oh, why didn't I do that this time? Or I totally forgot that worked the first time. So instead of trying to figure out what to do every time you release a new book, it helps to have a launch system. So a checklist, or at least a timeline of what you do before you launch, before you even finish writing, and during launch week, of course. And just as important is what happens after launch week as well. So then once you have that system in place, then every time you release a new book, You just reuse and improve the system instead of starting from scratch. The fourth system is a content or visibility system. That is basically how you stay visible and how readers continue to discover you over time. And so most often that's social media, but it can be blogging and it can be advertising, it could be other platforms. But the important thing is not which platform you use, but that you have a system for how you show up consistently, because consistency is everything when it comes to visibility and audience growth. And so the only way to stay consistent, in my opinion, is to have a really good system in place. System number 5 is all about workflow. So it basically covers everything we just talked about, the other 4 systems, but it's keeping things super organized so that you know what you need to do week to week so that you can run your author business super smoothly. And systems is what you need for that. It's how you organize everything, what you work on each week, how you track your launches, your email open rates, your clicks, your social media reactions and likes and follower growth, all of that. And especially your writing. So you should have a system in place that is a weekly workflow that you have to get these things done every week. And if you're that focused and that organized, you have all of that in place. That is the most effective way to move the needle in a profitable author business. So when you put all of these systems together, we covered reader growth, newsletters, book launches, visibility and consistency, and workflows, which is all about organization, then you really have the foundation of a very profitable author business. And instead of constantly looking for new marketing strategies to grow your sales, you can just improve these systems that you already have and you'll see the numbers increase. And like I said before in other videos, this is really why I built the Author Command Center, because I wanted one place where all of these systems could live and work together. I got so tired of every morning having to open like 10 different programs just to try and gather one big picture of where things were. And it was nearly impossible to keep track of all of that. And so I created this awesome platform where I do everything inside this one login. It has really changed my life. So that's why I created it. I don't think authors need more marketing tactics. I think we need better systems to run the business side of writing. Writing is creative, and your author business, it should be organized. If you feel overwhelmed by marketing, or just like you're always behind schedule and it feels like you're never going to get caught up with all the tasks you have to do, it's most likely that you don't need more marketing strategies to complicate things even more. You probably just need a few simple systems put into place that can run your author business in the background while you focus on writing. You don't want your energy spent on trying to figure out how to run a business when you just want to write. So keep the writing in the creative world, but your author business, the sooner it's organized, the easier life is going to be.